It's Jackie from Famished Farm, and I'm sitting outside on my front porch looking at how much snow has melted. We reached about 47 degrees today, and cars are on the road. That's what you hear in the distance, the cars coming and going on our county road. I'll pan around here so you can kind of see what's left of our snow. Sitting out here, all I can hear is the water dripping off the roof down the downspouts. So it's a kind of cool day. I am in a blanket because I'm freezing. It got down to 10 degrees over the weekend. It was another cold, bundly one. Schools may open tomorrow, like the county high school and stuff. Our mail, they're trying to get some packages out today, but we just were in town. We did a Walmart run, and we stopped and got the mail they could locate. It's got to be packed, jam-packed, because it's been now a full week plus a day that they haven't delivered. So, and our garbage hasn't been picked up for 2 weeks, which is no big deal. We don't have that much garbage. And like I said, the schools are out. I know the university goes back tomorrow for in-person, and I've got classes starting there that were canceled yesterday and will start on Wednesday. So anyway, fun times. But this past weekend, when it was so cold and boring after being stuck in the house for a week, I decided to tackle Joshua Becker's 24 things to declutter in 2024. And so I did the second group of 8 items. And here's my list. I'll just read you what's on it. CDs and DVDs, books, makeup, jewelry, household item duplicates, unnecessary paperwork, electronics, pillows, sheets, and towels. So those are the things that I tackled over the last couple of days, and I've got a couple videos of the long, boring process of sorting, and then a couple pictures showing you where I found things and what kind of things we were looking at decluttering. So stay tuned. We'll show you at the end what we're getting rid of, and actually what we took to the donation center and dropped off today. So stay tuned. We have 4 boxes of these CDs and DVDs kind of thing down in the basement that have not been touched since the move, so 2 years. In addition to being a pack rat, my husband is an audiophile. So we have an area that is full of records, and then these 4 boxes. Now, the first box I went through was mainly VCR tapes and a couple movies that we did donate. The VCR tapes Rod is going to hang on to because some of them were made by his dad. The next box is old cassette tapes and who knows what. I did pull out a couple movies, but that is another box that Rod is not ready to go through. So we pack that all up, and that's going to go to him. And then that black thing is a music organizer that we're going to put in the car. We found our last couple of trips that we went through areas where we didn't have good reception, either broadcast radio or on the Sirius. So I want to get just some music that we can pop on if we feel like it. Now, this whole thing is DVDs, and basically Rod and I are both going to go through these, and I pull the ones I want, he pulls the one he wants, and we do end up probably 3/4 of the box, definitely half to 3/4, somewhere in there, ends up being donated. So this is a huge win for us. I think we did a great job. These are our bookcases down in the basement. So what we're currently reading is on our nightstands, and this is the area that Rod goes to when he needs something. This is my little area, mainly for business references. We both have purged a lot of books since all of our moves, Rod in particular. And so I feel very comfortable with this small box of books going to the donation center. Good job, Jackie and Rod. This is my very messy vanity where I have this makeup I use every day. Then I have a couple drawers down below. Now, I've done a very good job, I think, of purging expired type makeup. But you can see that little basket I have, 3 or 4 pairs of little tiny scissors. What I end up doing is throwing away what I needed to get rid of, and those pink little containers, they just were so gross, not even suitable for donating. Easy win. Next up is jewelry, and that blue box that you see me working in front of is full of my mom's jewelry. And I thought this was going to be one of those emotional categories to go through, but two things. My family has already been gifted several of these items. We let the nieces and the grandkids and everybody go through and have their choice of whatever of grandma's they liked. And so mom would have loved that, so that made me feel good. And then I talked to my sister about that I was possibly going to be donating the rest. And she had a suggestion that her local school did at Christmas time for the smaller kids, where they had like a little Christmas store and people brought in their small little items that would be giftable for parents or, siblings, grandparents, whatever. And the kids could pick out what they liked, and then they'd send them home with a little box, and just a nice little idea. So I'm going to call my local school and see if they do that. But if not, my sister has volunteered to take all of these jewelry items. So I'm bagging up all of the different pieces and putting them with their matching earrings and baggies. So they'll be ready to go. Now, I do end up keeping a couple pieces that I may or may not wear. I'm really not a jewelry person. The piece that I'm wearing, I don't know if you can see it, but that is one of her pieces that I decide to keep. And we even decide to donate the organizer, except at the last moment that got pulled by Rod to be, I'm guessing, to be used in the utility room. But all in all, a pretty satisfying win for hopefully a bunch of little kids up north at Christmas time next year. Another area where I have some mom stuff. These are some of her, handmade ceramic pieces that hung in the house that they shared with us, and they just don't fit my decor. So these I have decided to donate, and along with some pictures that are down in the basement. Not all of these, in fact, very few of those actually made it into the donation pile. Some of them are painted by family members, but I did find a box with these clawfoot plates and these little beaded critters that I used to have in our third bathroom. We no longer have a third bathroom. So all of these will either be donated or I may try to sell them. But we did a very good job. I would say a pretty easy win for the household duplicates. Okay, so I'm working on number 14, which is unnecessary paperwork. And these are primarily business records that are from 2012, 2013, 14, and 15. So these are all ones that this year can be purged. So this was taking up quite a bit of room and is very heavy. So I don't think we need to move that around anymore. And what I'm going to do with these is we have a burn pile, and I'll put those on our burn file and we'll be done with that. I also looked at, I've got a couple files in my current paperwork that I went through, and just to see if I had any older tax returns in those files, and I do not. So this is all that needs to be burned for now. Number 15 is going to be an easy win. That's electronics. And in our last move, we got rid of, I know for sure, an old working laptop, a monitor, keyboards and that kind of stuff, mouse. Those were taken to the dump in our area up north and disposed of. There was a DVD player too. Anything like that we just were not using, we went ahead and purged in that last move. So in this house, the current house, the only thing that I've come across, other than the boxes we haven't opened, which I don't think there'll be anything in there, but is an MP3 player. Yeah, little tiny MP3 player, but I could never use it. There's audiobooks on it because I didn't have the power cord. Well, when we went through the power cords last time, I did find the MP3 power cord. So once I locate both pieces at the same time, I will put that in the donate box. So easy win, number 15, electronics. And our last item on the list, pillows, sheets, and towels. Guess what? Another easy win. Went through them when we moved, went through them since we've moved in, and just did it on the last thing. I think one of the items was old towels and something, linens. And so I went through that linen closet again. So we are set on discarding or decluttering area 16, pillows, sheets, and towels. So that is all. I'll show you here in a second a picture of what we ended up taking to the donation center today, and stay tuned.